a nice crack.
What's it?
I love getting the lovely little cracks, like, you know, when they arrive, and it's just that lovely release. It's like, oh God,
I want to.
I'm waiting for that.
Yeah, I'm a sassy sitter, but I always sit the other way. I sit this way, and so now I have to sit this way to balance. But it just, you know, one way you're like, feels great, and the other way you're like, it just doesn't, you're like, how do I?
It's not as nice.
No.
Yeah, I'm always a right leg in front. I'm trying to really maintain the left leg in front now.
I know, I say that to students. I'm like, put the wrong leg in front. They're like,
it's like the one that feels uncomfortable.
You'll know it, and don't tell me you don't have a wrong leg. I do think some people don't have a wrong leg.
Yeah, maybe.
I fully do.
Yeah.
I'm like really one side dominant. I work hard on that. Yeah. Oh, I remember. Okay, so a controversial topic.
Wicked.
Body image.
Ooh,
That's
I
a
like
good one.
it. Yeah, that's
It's
a
a
great
good
one.
It can be. It can be a very fluffy conversation.
Yeah, but likely it won't be.
Probably
if
not.
we're now.
Not
No.
if it's us. No. Body image. So how do we even get, I just have so much to say.
Well, we could start with something like Instagram.
Okay.
And because that's something that's, I mean, it's super popularized now, and even especially relevant to yoga, because if we look at just the way yoga is presented online, is, especially if you're going into it without knowing anything, like if I take away the experience that I've experienced with yoga and I see the yoga world as it is now, I see women in their mid-20s to mid-30s in bikinis doing handstands. That is like, that's yoga,
So
as
that's
far as
yoga.
what I see.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Handstands are great, bikinis are great, the beaches are great, they're awesome, the women are great. But it's a little misleading, you know, and yoga, does it get you fit? 100%, totally. If you do it, you're not going to just like get fit by lying in Shavasana the whole time. Like, I mean,
or
to
do
some
yoga and
degree
then go
you
eat
will,
a
but-
sandwich. Like you gotta, I mean, sandwiches are good, but
it's like it's about the balance, right? And it takes so long to master floating into a handstand, and it like almost gives discredit to like a Warrior One because it doesn't look as cool. You know, even though it does, and it's completely powerful. But yeah, there's so much, I think, body image in the fitness world, but in yoga to be a certain way. But then also slap that contrast to another contrast.
Right?
Is
I was wondering
like,
if you'd go there.
Is when people are actually overweight and unhealthy.
Yeah.
And now there's like, oh no, well you're fat shaming and doing all this, and it's like, okay, guys, like, how about, like, can humans, like, do we understand that there is a naturally healthy body weight for all of us? You know, if I want to look at all the images online, I would probably be like, damn, like I should probably like lean out a little bit more and like maybe even try to lose an extra like 5 to 10 pounds. But that's not actually like a place where I could sit and be healthy and happy. I feel healthy and happy right now. And if my weight shifts within a few pounds, that's fine. I don't weigh myself. I don't care because I know I feel good and my body feels good. But you know, I think there's so much. It's just like, it's, I think, really challenging for people to just sit in themselves and not judge whether they're fat or skinny or fit or they don't have a six-pack or whatever, you know? Like, it's a really tricky topic because there's acceptance and, you know, we need, but that's like, so we want to be accepting of ourselves, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like we need to be discerning with ourselves as well and recognize like, okay, well, I accept myself, but I probably don't need to eat ice cream every night for dessert. You know, like, just as an example, I don't eat ice cream every night, but sometimes I do. So, you know, and I'm working on it, you know, but it's like we all have our things that we need to, I think, work towards to clean ourselves up, so to speak. In a way, you know?
Totally. I fully agree. I really, my big thing is I think body weight is part of your health profile. No different than your blood sugar levels, your blood pressure, your iron levels. The only difference though and why I think it's so tricky is you can see it.
Yeah.
You don't know what my blood pressure is. I
Nope.
bet you don't.
Nope.
But you know how much I weigh-ish, give or take.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Easy, instantly. So I think that's obviously why body issue and weight issue can get out of hand a little bit. But I still challenge people to divide the two. I actually used to have eating disorder. Have you?
Oh.
I think a lot of people have.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I have not, but I have been around people that have, and it's like, oh my gosh, no, like just keep the nutrients in your body, please.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine, I think I think a lot of people think I had an eating disorder because of ballet.
Yeah.
Because we were told 80 pounds, everyone 80 pounds, my teacher with the yardstick.
Wow.
I'm like, well, I'm 5'7". Actually, I wasn't at the time.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But I remember I was 9, I think, or 8. Was I even maybe 7? The first time I was like, I want to be thinner.
Oh, wow.
It was
Yeah.
really young, and there was no real instigating factor.
Yeah.
So it was either something chemical or it was just a predisposition. It was just something I was destined to go through. But what I really think it is a personality thing. I'm a controlling person. If I don't have control in my world, I can control the numbers on the scale, right? So I went from anorexia to bulimia to my big thing that my husband keeps reminding me about, like, make sure we don't go back there, is eating toilet paper.
Whoa.
Yeah, just to fill the stomach.
Yeah.
Right? Eating tissue paper, toilet paper.
Anything
paper.
that will actually like fill
Just fill
the
it up.
gap,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's, oh man.
It wasn't super good.
Yeah.
But I did get over it, and I'm like really happy to say I'm over it 100%.
Yeah, that's wicked.
Like, so yeah, there's no way I would go back there because I like to think of, I have separated them,
Yeah.
like fully, and now I like building muscle and leaning out. It's fun. It's like
Yeah,
art. It's
yeah.
like, oh, if I could just get a little bit more here, a little more
Yeah.
Halle Berry-ish, a little more here.
Yeah.
Look nice, but not like food is fuel.
Yeah.
It's totally fuel. I think that often people turn to food for comfort, and that's, you can't just say don't eat any kind of
No.
habit. Stop that. Like, that doesn't work.
No, it
Stop
doesn't.
smoking. Well, what are you going to do instead?
Yeah.
What do you do instead? So for me, it's where am I going to find love? You know, that ice cream doesn't hate me.
Yeah.
It's nice to me.
Yeah.
You know, makes you feel good.
Yeah.
But yeah, finding love and acceptance elsewhere.
Yeah.
You know, controlling something else. Pick something else to control, right?
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Yeah, if we can
Yeah.
separate it.
That's really, yeah, just being able to keep the things separate in that sense, and then also the point you're touching on too of like, because ultimately at the end of the day, I think a lot of our addictions to whatever actions we're taking, whether it be eating disorder or smoking or drinking or whatever it is, it's like it comes down to that, like we're looking for that unconditional love, that
Yes.
acceptance, that everything, and it's like it only comes from in here, like all this seeking, like we may feel it with connection with other people,
Yeah.
with connection with family or pets or whatever it is,
Yeah.
but it ultimately comes in here, because even when we feel it with those other people, it's just because they're giving us that reflection back, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the trick is like we have to see that worthiness of like,
Absolutely.
oh wait, I can do this myself.
Yeah.
But with the help of others, but
Totally.
it comes from like that inner place. But yeah, it's like, what do we do in the meantime? You know, if you're trying to quit smoking or trying to shift any habit, it's like, well, what is it that you're putting there? Like, you know, like celery sticks to quit smoking was like such a classic thing
Yeah.
in like the 90s. It's like, oh, we'll just grab celery or carrot sticks and do that instead of a cigarette. And it, you know, it works for lots of people.
Yeah.
But like you're saying too, saying just stop doing this.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for a lot of people. Like,
No.
it has worked for me in the past in some instances. Like,
Yeah.
I smoked cigarettes in high school, and then there was just a day I'm like, you know what? I am done with this, and I just was like, hey, you want this? And I just gave my pack of cigarettes to a person. I'm like, I'm done, and I didn't touch them again
Wow.
until I was like 22 or 24 or something. Then I smoked for like a year, and then got rid of them again, and then it was fine. But like,
Wow.
but
That's
it
not
was-
how my smoking.
it's not how most people's
Right.
smoking thing goes either, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like it might work on some stuff. Like maybe a person can say, okay, well, I'm totally done eating potato chips.
Yeah.
You know, and they can actually do it. Like, that's awesome, but mostly we're gonna need something else. It's like, okay, well, I need this addiction, because it's just an addiction to a behavior.
Yes.
So it's like, well, what am I gonna insert in that place? I'll insert tea.
Water. Yeah.
You know?
Tea,
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. 100%. And it's hard with, I remember I was talking with somebody who was very close to me who had an alcohol addiction.
Yeah.
And substance abuse. And he said, you know, I think my problem is harder than yours because you have to eat. You can't just stop, you know, and go to the gym instead. Like, you have to eat something. So how do you make sure that what you are eating is enough and it's a healthy choice and that kind of thing? So yeah, it is tough. But like your point of it has to come from here, and that there's some sort of quote or philosophy or something but I don't remember the exact wording, but the gist of it is like, we walk this whole world alone.
Yeah.
You are born from someone, but whoever that, your mother, will not be with you forever probably. You know, she will leave or move or die or before you're done.
Yeah.
No one person goes with you the entire life, usually.
Yeah.
Right? So we need to prepare ourselves, and yoga is so good for that non-attachment. It doesn't mean don't love, it just means know you're okay.
Yeah.
So, and I know I say quite often, I'm a good person.
Yeah.
I've said that to a lot of people. I'm
Yeah.
a good person.
Yeah.
To the point now where it's, I believe it. I've said it so often. I'm a good person, so therefore I deserve healthy food. I deserve to have peace.
Yeah.
I deserve to have good friends who stand by me. I'm a really good person.
Yeah.
And that truly helped me to get better and to think of body image. Like, I knew I was doing really well when I was still working in film.
Yeah.
And I used to have in my bedroom full-length mirrors, like on the
Yeah.
wall, full floor-to-ceiling mirrors across the whole wall. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I remember I was changing one day and I look over and I'm like, oh, I gained a few pounds, didn't I? More than a few. I should probably do something about that. But it wasn't like, oh my God, I have to diet today.
Yeah,
I have to lose 20 pounds today.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I used to, it was just like
Immediate,
overwhelming.
right?
Yeah. So it's just like, yeah, go to yoga or something. Like, it was like, I guess I should, it's part of my health profile.
Yeah.
Just like if I had tested my blood pressure or my
Yeah.
blood sugar or anything else, oh, I guess I should eat more carrots or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just part of the profile, the whole profile.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it is true that if you have too much adipose tissue, that's fat, right? Especially in your visceral area, it's not good for your organs.
No.
So it kind of makes me, not upset, but, you know, the big Dove campaign.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
trying to sell soap, y'all.
Yeah.
They're trying to sell soap.
Yeah.
As much as we want to believe that big corporations care about you, they want to sell some soap. They want to sell soap, and not to say everyone is bitter and jaded, but, you know, let's take that with a grain of salt. Yes, love the skin you're in, of course.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with if you're heavy or light or thin or lean or
Yeah.
nothing.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Love yourself so much that you're going to treat it really well. And if you are overweight, that's okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a game plan?
Yeah.
And if it's not your priority,
Yeah.
that's okay too.
Exactly.
Like, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't like it when somebody says, I love myself anyways. No, you love yourself, full stop.
Yeah.
I'm carrying a few extra pounds, but I've got other priorities in my life right now. I have my family to take care of. I've got this and that and this and that. Having said that, there's always a way to sneak things, healthy things into the world of your, but
Totally.
But the point is, it's okay. One shouldn't feel guilt
Yeah.
if you're carrying extra weight, but don't make excuses either.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, like Satya, truthfulness.
Truthfulness.
Yes.
You know?
It's like, just be honest with yourself.
Do it.
You
Yeah.
know, like, could me, like, for myself, could I have a six-pack? Probably. Do I
Is that your
care?
top priority this morning?
No, it's not. Like,
Do you have more important
you know,
things to do?
Yeah,
Probably.
right? And
Yeah.
it's like, and also, it's noticing, like, the edges, you know, because you can be, I've been in those places of being like, oh yeah, crazy lean, and the type of action that I was taking then does not align with who I am now.
Yeah.
I would way rather take the more slow and thorough
Yeah.
route and make sure it's fully incorporated. Like instead of these like quick fix things, you know, like fad diets and fad exercise plans, I think are also a big part of the culprit, because people feel like, oh, I was doing this plan to lose weight so I could, you know, they're working on accepting themselves more. Not that you have to lose weight to accept yourself.
No.
Just accept yourself how you are
right now,
and just do your things that make you feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. But like, you know, it's oftentimes people will start a regimen. Oh, I'm going to do yoga every day. 4 days in, they already aren't doing it. Or 5 days in, it's like they've fallen off the train, and then they beat themselves up over it.
Right.
It's like, just come back.
Come back.
Like, it's totally, shit happens.
It's
Who cares?
okay.
How many times have I fallen off the, like, doing yoga every single day train?
Totally.
It's like, I mean, just a physical practice on the mat. I'm not talking off the mat, but like, there are days where I do not practice physically on my mat.
Me too. 100%.
And I don't feel bad about it.
No.
Sometimes there's a program in my body that's like, oh, you should be doing more stuff. But that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's not about that. It's actually like the honoring ourselves, like
Bingo.
accepting ourselves. It's okay where we're at.
Yeah.
As long as we actually are, you know, fueling ourselves with things that make us feel good.
Yeah.
Physically, mentally, having good conversations with people, being around people that actually make us feel good.
Yeah.
Because it matches how we make ourselves feel.
Setting yourself up for success, I think, is a good thing too.
Yeah.
And not trying to do everything on our own. I think people are too afraid to say, you know what, I'm overweight. Do you know how to help me? Kind of thing. Or I'm not super happy with who I am. Because there's a lot of people who are super thin and they're not happy with themselves.
Exactly.
So that whole feeling of I'll be happy when ... fill in the blank, that's not a thing. That's not a thing.
No.
Nope. You could lose all the weight. You'd probably, if you instantly lost all the weight you wanted to, you'd be happy for like a day.
Yeah.
You'd be like, yes. And then the next day you'd be like, well, I still hate myself. Why?
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's, like you said, just, you know, what is the root? What is within? Do you love yourself?
Yeah.
And if not, why not?
Yeah. Like,
why?
what is it? What don't you like? And that, cool, change it.
Yeah.
Like, we're supposed to change.
Yes.
You know, when people get like really hooked in or latched on to like, oh, well, you're different than you used to be, or when they do the other thing, like you're always the same, or like they always paint you in a specific light, and it's like, I don't think that that's necessarily a good thing, and I don't like it when people paint me in one specific light
Just
all the time.
You're that.
Yeah, because it's like, but I change all the time, and in fact, like things that I probably was, like, I know there's lots of consistency with our own growth, but also like stuff that we talk about a year ago is different from what we talk about today, and different from 5 years from now, and it should be.
Yeah.
You know, like these things are supposed to evolve, and if we're staying stuck in old versions of ourselves, like that's another thing I think people struggle with, the whole acceptance thing.
Yeah.
Like people I know personally that have, especially ones that like struggle with weight or like deep addictions and that sort of thing, they struggle with, it's like they're hanging on to an old version of themselves.
Right.
And that version is who's paying in or playing in, I should say, to the addiction of whether it's to food or alcohol or like whatever it is, or to not exercising.
Yeah.
It's like that old version plays in because it doesn't feel worthy to be the person they actually are today. It's like,
and that is something that I learned along the way somewhere. I am fully worth everything. I think it was that poem Desiderata. You know, you are as perennial as the grass. You have a right to be here. Like, we are really just kind of slabs of meat when you think about it. Meat and bones, really. It's what we are. We have some sentience, but that's what we are, which means we have just as much right as that tree out there.
Yep.
Like, every right to be here. So why do we, all of us, feel like we have less worth than the person sitting next to us? And like, when you think about it logically, because I'm a very pragmatic type of person, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
No.
You know?
It doesn't.
So that's just kind of where I started with was, okay, so I am worth something.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between feeling like I am worthy and I am arrogant. Very big difference.
Totally.
Right?
Yes.
I just think I'm worth just as much as you are, you know, and so I should maybe treat myself how I would treat you.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
And would you dislike your best friend for carrying a few extra pounds? Like, can you, that's so ludicrous.
Yeah.
Like, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
That, you know, if only we could see ourselves through other people's eyes, it would help a lot, but we can't do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I know that whole thing with self-acceptance, body image, Yeah,
It's huge.
Yeah.
We'll probably talk about that a few times.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's controversial because I do say, like, no excuses.
Yeah.
No excuses.
Yeah.
Own it. If it's not your priority, that's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
You know, like, my entire health profile might not be perfect, and I'm working on other stuff.
Exactly.
I got a lot of work to do. I got some programs. I got, like, my house, keeping it clean and organized is kind of a priority. Like, got into Marie Kondo.
Yeah.
More than I'm into my push-ups at the moment.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it just. But like you said too, living yoga every day doesn't have to be on your mat.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
It's being truthful. It's being honest. It's being.
Yeah, and cleaning your bathtub. Like,
right?
People want a good workout and wonder why they might, like, do your housework.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, just scrubbing that tub, getting in there, it's like, ooh, you know, you can,
look
like,
at that. It's doing good. Yeah.
You can watch the muscles develop.
Pipes.
Yeah. But, and really, that's like a whole other conversation
I know,
too. But, like,
but
it's such
so
an
good.
easy way to get fitness in your day. And I know
So
it
good.
sounds so cheesy, but it's like, it's so true.
Yeah.
Like, even like when I go home today after and clean my apartment, it's like, I like it firstly because it's fun to keep your space clean, and also it's like, it's a whole workout. Put on some good music.
Yes.
And like rock that shit. You'll be sweating. If
Yeah.
you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Yeah,
Like,
do more.
yeah.
Yeah, it's so true. And also I think that's such a good point that I think maybe you don't even notice because you're just that type of person, but positivity.
Yeah.
Being happy and grateful. That's what I do with my house. Anyone who's seen my house, it's did I tell you about that birthday party I had with this little kid? This bunch of 7-year-olds came over for JJ's 7th birthday.
Sweet.
And this one kid, he gets in, I'm like, hey, can I take your coat? He gives me his coat. He puts his hands on his hips, looks around, and he goes, your house is real messed up, hey? I was like, how dare... Yeah, no, it kind of is. Yeah, no, yeah. Touche. The party's that way.
Yeah. Come on in.
You know. But I still have gratitude.
Yeah.
I love my little house.
Yeah.
You know? And it's not to say I'm not saving up my pennies trying to, you know, I need a roof. It's not leaking, but it's okay. I have a roof.
Yeah.
Like, I have a roof.
Yeah.
Leaky as it is,
Yeah.
you know. I really need to get on that. But, you know, I vacuum with pride.
Yeah.
My tiny little vacuum. You know, like, you know, because I feel like it's important to have gratitude for what you have. You know, you have a body.
Yeah.
Even if you are missing a hand, you're missing a leg, you have a body.
Yeah.
You have a body. Trying to think about what we have. You know, my house is not great, but it's a house.
Yeah.
And I have one. Or even if you don't, you live in Canada. Like, there's always something.
Yeah.
To be grateful for.
Yeah.
Always, there's something to be grateful for. So feeling that positivity, positivity breeds positivity, I think. So, thinking of yourself in positive light, I think can help separate the body image with, you know, it's a health, part of your health profile.
Yeah, and not to discredit the other side of things that may not feel so great all the time. It's not to like positively wash everything, you know. But like, just there's always something to be grateful for.
Yeah.
You know, like coming to the studio, I get to go teach yoga. It's not like, oh, I have to go to work.
Yeah.
It's like, I get to go teach yoga.
Yeah.
This is friggin' awesome. What are we going to talk about today?
Yeah.
I know this is the pose of the week, so what, you know, it's like, otherwise, why are we doing it? If we're not excited to share, or you don't have to be bouncing off the walls with excitement, but they're really, I feel like there should be that feeling in your heart, in your body, that's like, yes, I want to share.
Well, that's part of, was it Arnold Schwarzenegger? Or was it probably lots of people have said, there's like a list of things that one needs to do, you know, in life. You need to do this and that and this and that. I just remember the last one, which is give back.
Yeah.
Or service, right?
Service, for sure.
Service. So what are you doing in your life that's service, right? And it's such a big part of everything, including body image, because it's, in my opinion, body image is not much more than self-worth. They seem to be tied together. Totally. If you are a good person, you know, it helps with that too. You know, what are you doing for others today? What are you doing, you know? Yeah. It's all so funny. Our world is always about, you know, me, which is good. I mean, as far as biological, type of deal. We needed to be selfish to survive. In the caveman days, you have to. If you had no selfishness, we would die.
Well, and if we give ourselves away constantly, then people get all obsessed in martyrdom, and it's like, and that's not good either. It's like we need to, I feel like the whole trick is the more that we actually care for ourselves, like truthfully do what serves, caring, the more we give to others. Yeah. Like it helps me so much to teach yoga. Like it helps like my own journey so much that all I can do is just give that right back to people, because it's like one fluid motion. Yeah. And it creates more. Yeah. 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 It's just, lovely cycle. The circle of love. Yeah, cool. I feel like we'll be touching upon that topic again probably. Yeah. But we should probably wrap things up. Yep. Thanks for chatting with me. Thank you. All right. Good times.